edition of Scoreboard. We are here at Smokey and Bunty on the Avenue, and we're welcoming back the Trinidad and Tobago beach football team. We're here with Zane Polka to tell us about their recent tournament.
Hi. Nice to be here,
Thank you
Always
so
a
much
pleasure
for
to be
being
on Scoreboard.
So Zane, tell us about the experience. I mean, it was a phenomenal, you guys did so well, first of all. You know, it was a pleasure to watch. But from yourself, from the goal-scoring goalie, tell us about how it went for you.
We could start from the road leading up to it. It was a bit tedious for us. Basically, we didn't have the support that we think that we should have gotten. I mean, it was really hard. You know, I think when you don't have the commitment of an entire team because of work-related issues, when you look at things like traffic to get to training on time, and then we don't have much time, we don't have lights at the field yet, you know, it's just a lot of different things that really hampered us to get to where we were supposed to be. But in the end, I think it was a marvelous showing from the team, and we really played with heart. And I commend all the boys and the entire team and all the support for that.
No, I mean, as I say, I was surprised how well you did. I mean, I know you guys, so I know you're all talented players, but especially the hardships you guys went through initially. But tell us about, for example, the sponsorship and how you all got there and all these things.
First to begin, and first and foremost, I want to say an incredible thanks to Stag. I think without Stag it would never have been possible. I know we all understand what's going on with football in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean, not to get into that area of the sport, but where it is concerned, we need to go with all the positives that we had. And the positive thing was that we had a bunch of guys who were willing to commit themselves to the cause, you know, and Stag really came on board, and they really helped us out a lot. At no point in time I think that we could ever thank them as much, you know, for the support that they really gave to us on this tournament.
Well, that's great. But how far can you guys go? I mean, obviously the tournament finished, and you guys, I mean, first of all, did you think you would get that far? You know.
Trinidad and Tobago has a very good beach soccer team, especially in this region. We have always had a good beach soccer team. Every time we go to qualifiers, we hear Trinidad and Tobago is also one of the teams that are going to show something different and get to the World Cup. Always. Every time we go, we are always a team that everybody looks at. We are never underestimated at all. So the opportunity that we got to go out there and showcase our talent, we never thought that we were underdogs, as much as other teams may have thought that we were underdogs. We are actually a powerhouse in the Caribbean and CONCACAF, and teams respect us. They just respect us a bit more now.
Now, as I say, you did well. I mean, Maria, what do you think about how they did?
It was amazing. You guys performed really well, especially in light of everything that you guys had to go through to get there, to have a team training and being unsure if you even have a competition to attend, if you will be able to get there. I'd love to hear a little bit about how the dynamic of the team changed in any way when you knew that you had a sponsor and you knew you had that backing to get there. Besides being able to go to the tournament, how did that help your team?
As I say again, tremendously. The fact that we didn't have the funding to get a beach soccer coach for the team, that was one thing that was kind of hampering us in the beginning. But then our captain and coach, I mean, our team is full of experienced players who played in Europe before. We've always played out in different leagues, different competitions. And our captain and player coach of the team, Ryan Augustine, he's not here with us right now, but Ryan Augustine really stepped up to the plate, and he has a lot of experience playing in Russia. He played in Switzerland, he played in Portugal, he played Euro Winners' Cup. I mean, so this is a real good opportunity for him to also showcase his talent, not only as a player, but also as a coach. And the team respected it, and we gave him our full 100%, and we went and we got the job done.
What are some of the takeaways that your team has after this competition in Mexico?
Respect. I think respect is the number one. Now teams have seen it, and we look at the opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago on the whole to see the potential that this national team can bring. When was the last time Trinidad and Tobago has at any football level beaten Mexico, or even had them, you know, worried about, wow, you know, what's going to happen? You know, I think it was Gold Cup a couple of years ago when a 4-4 draw with Mexico. But that's at a senior level. From beach soccer point of view, we have the potential to go forward. We ask everybody at every point in time to support this team. There's no limits to where this team can reach.
So Zane, from what happened at that tournament, I mean, how can one, people get involved, and two, where can you guys go from here?
One, to get involved, we have Beach Soccer TT, Beach Soccer TT on Facebook. Okay. You know, we have the managers, we have the president of the association, the very cool guys. You can easily head them up on Facebook and stuff. Yuri Chapman and Kylie Kwai, who is the president of the association. You can hit up any players that people may know. And we're always around training and stuff. In terms of where we are to go from here, with the right support, Trinidad and Tobago, because of our culture, if for the people who have seen it, we always sing, we always chant. My paws didn't raise as much as it had raised in a while after silencing the Mexico crowd. I mean, when you go to Mexico and you hear that crowd, and going there and actually being able to silence that Mexican crowd it was tremendous, you know. So going from here now, it's the fact that we need the support. We always get opportunities to travel. We always get invitations to play in tournaments, but funding is our main issue. So if we can get a backing of funding, we can go all over and we can stamp our authority as being one of the #1 beach soccer teams in CONCACAF as well as the world.
No, I think you definitely flew the flag for Trinidad and Tobago, and I think, I mean, whether it is corporate Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, they must look at you guys and say, well, they did so well. So my question to them is, why are they not involved, you know?
Well, we'll see how that goes in time to come. I mean, we have another tournament coming up, which is the World Beach Games. Okay. Wow. That's in July. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, we only have 2 months to prepare in terms of sponsorship and these things, but I mean, Stag has done a brilliant job. I think that, and for a brand that we would love to represent again, I think Stag really is the brand that they were so cool with us. We were cool with them. I think we represented the brand well. You know, no hiccups, no trouble, no. You know, when we put on the red, white, and black, we go out there. We support whoever is sponsoring us. We support our team. We support our country. We go out there to get the best, and the best is, I think, what we gave, but for some reason, unfortunately, we end up short-handed.
No, I think you really did Trinidad proud.
Congratulations is definitely due, and imagine how much more your team can do when you have funding, you have backing, when you don't have to go into tournaments being unsure about where you stand financially.
Wow, I think that will be the major thing. I mean, we have a lot of young players. When you look at beach soccer and the progression of the sport right now, we have a young under-18 team that played in the Commonwealth Games and they finished second. We have a women's team that played in the Commonwealth Games and they got gold medal.
That's correct.
And then we now have a national beach soccer team that just missed out on the World Cup, qualified on the World Cup. When you think about it, for a sport that doesn't need much funding, especially a sport that you're looking at 12 players, all you need is uniforms. You don't need any boots. Well, for goalkeepers, you definitely need your gloves. But uniforms and gloves, probably for a goalkeeper, that's it. You don't have no boots, no gloves, no shin pads, no. Yeah, come on, let's be real.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then we are in the Caribbean. This is Trinidad and Tobago. We are an island surrounded by water. Why don't we have the things that we need to do? So it's all about scoreboard. It's all about Trinidad and Tobago. It's all about social media. It's all about getting the beach soccer team out there into the eyes of the public of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I mean, he said it all. I don't know what else he needs to say, Maria.
Yes, do you think that beach sports, beach soccer, and other beach sports will start to grow more in Trinidad and Tobago?
With the right publicity, with the right administrations, there's no limit to where beach sports can go. And there's a lot. There's a lot of beach sports. It's just not beach soccer. There's also beach tennis. There's also beach volleyball. There's also beach cricket now. There are a lot of sports that I think can progress and can raise. Once we have the right mentality of people who's running it, there's no limits to where we can or what we can achieve.
And it also poses a question. I mean, we're in the Caribbean. we have beautiful beaches here, so why can it not be done here, you know, and you could be playing at home, you know? So.
Definitely. That's one of our dreams, you know. Our dream is actually, okay, we didn't qualify to this one, but the next World Cup qualifies in 2021, you know, and it would be wow, it would be breathtaking for us to qualify on local soil. The first Caribbean country to ever qualify for a beach soccer tournament held in Trinidad in 2021. I think probably I'm dreaming big, but I think it is possible, and hopefully it can happen, and we'll definitely make Trinidad to be proud again.
One thing I would say from experience is there's no dreaming big, you know, you dream, and I mean, most of the time, if you put in the effort, it can happen. So I will be making sure you do that one, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, your passion is so inspiring.
Oh yeah, well, passion is all it's all about. I mean, if you don't have anything to drive you, if you don't have anything to motivate you, then you basically, that's like a block, a standing block. But when you have something to carry you to that next level, come on, and what better thing to do than sport?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but the new home of football, does it not have, or does it not cater for a beach soccer field or facility?
Yeah, definitely. They have a beach soccer facility. Right now, it is really a training facility because there are some things that need to change in terms of the pitch size and these things. But for training, the stand is amazing. If we get a full-size, probably beach soccer, it doesn't have to be a beach soccer stadium, but an official beach soccer size pitch. Wow.
Make me want to come out and take a little sweat on that beach.
No problem at all. As a goalkeeper yourself, I think, and you see, the beach soccer is not only going to help beach soccer, it's also going to help speed and agility on the sand, as well as loose muscles and these things for other national team sports, you know? So there's no way that I can see anything going wrong about having a beach soccer pitch, a beach soccer tournament, a beach soccer vibe in Trinidad and Tobago. This is what it's all about.
Oh, sounds great. So, I mean, Maria, maybe you might want to get involved as well. I mean, beach soccer or maybe beach rugby, you know? So.
Yes, well, we do play beach rugby. We've had a couple tournaments here, and that's absolutely something we'd love to be a part of.
Well,
so Zane, I mean, just from you personally, I mean, I was surprised. I remember looking at Facebook one day, one of the games, and I'm seeing Zane Coker on the score sheet. I mean, I know you have a mean shot on you, but tell us about how you personally, I mean, what you felt, how you felt you did, you know?
I think it goes for all the players. I think we went out there and we gave our best shot at it, you know? My personal experience, my personal performances, I think I always rate myself a bit harsh. I think all goalkeepers do. I made some mistakes as well. Okay, cool, yeah, I got injured in the game against Mexico. We don't know how things would have changed or how it could have gone. I mean, that's all in the hands of God. But being one of the pivotal players, probably one of the more experienced players on the team, just that vibe and that ability to carry that team, you know. We didn't have our captain and player coach in the final, and I was given the opportunity to carry the team into the final as the captain. But yeah, it was definitely an honor, being able to really carry an army of 12, you know, into a tournament like that, you know, and just missing out. I mean, yes, it's a bittersweet feeling, but we go again. Yeah. You know, we definitely go again. I mean, scoring goals, I've scored goals before. This was actually my first time for scoring for Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
You know, in a major World Cup qualifier, never scored for the country before. So scoring twice in one game, that was a really good opportunity or achievement, you know, for me.
So any football fans out there watching, I mean, what was your defining moment in that tournament? I mean, there was lots, you scored goals, you made saves, but if there's anything you can pinpoint, it was, you know?
Two things. My second goal against was that Turks and Caicos. That second goal, I think that one was, everybody have spoken about it, I've seen it, I've watched it over and over and over again. I think it was one of the better goals for the tournament. That being said, apart from that, I think the ability for us to, I remember we were playing against Mexico. The stadium is packed. We're just going out to the pitch against Mexico, and they had their rhythm section playing. They have their fans in a packed out stadium playing against Trinidad and Tobago. And after they sang a song and they chanted and stuff, I think that was my opportunity for me to say, hey, well, guys, this is what it's all about. and we started our chant, which was the Soca Warrior anthem. I think everyone knows the Maximus Dan, I'm a Soca Warrior, you know. And we really went out there, and I think that moment when we started that chant, that when that chant came on and we heard the entire silence of the Mexico Stadium, it made us feel like we had not only 12 players out there or 15 staff or whoever it was out there, we felt like we had the whole of Trinidad and Tobago on our back chanting us on to qualify.
That must have been
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have any message for athletes that are here training, maybe also in beach soccer, maybe in other sports? What would you like to tell athletes who are training despite obstacles that they face?
Persistence. Persistence, dedication. That's what it's all about. I don't think it's anything else. I mean, be true to yourself. You're not going to achieve anything by just sitting back and doing nothing. You have to get up there, you got to work hard, but you got to be persistent, because there will be, no matter what you're thinking about sport, there will be setbacks. There will be barriers for you to break down. There will be adversity. But in the end, you need to know to yourself that there is triumph. And for you to triumph, you need to be persistent. You need to be dedicated in your sport, no matter what sport it is. You know, and from there, that's the only way you're going to get success.
That's so true, and I mean, from a personal experience, that you're right. I mean, you have to put that sacrifice in, that dedication, you know, and I think you guys sound like you have the passion. You want to do it, not just for yourselves, but for the country, you know?
Definitely. We've tried. I remember our first ever beach soccer game, we lost to Mexico 9-1.
Wow.
That was the first ever beach soccer game for Trinidad and Tobago. So looking at where that was in 2013, and then we beat Mexico for a tournament in Bahamas, which was the Lucayan Cup in 2015. That was the first time we beat Mexico 5-4. Right? And that was also the first time Trinidad have beaten Mexico in a long time in any footballing sport. But coming now to having played them, and we were up 3-2. We were up 3-2 with about 7 minutes ago. It just slipped out of our hands. But that's life and that's the game. But are we going to just sit back and say, okay, it's all over now? Definitely not. We're going to get up, we're going to shake it off, we're going to go back at it. We're going back at it. 2021 is coming up, there are other tournaments are coming up. With the right support and the right backing, I think we can achieve it. We can achieve it all, definitely.
Well, we definitely commend your team for staying ready, because it would have been easy to say, well, you know, we don't see where this is going, and not to train and not to fight and not to be ready when your opportunity came through. So definitely commended for that.
For sure. It's always a pleasure, but it's always a pleasure to put on the red, white and black anyhow you take it. You know, once we put on that uniform, I think the beach soccer fraternity, not only in Trinidad alone, but worldwide, is a very loving and family-oriented one. So opportunities will come for players. There will always be opportunities. We just have to be able to grasp them every time it's ready. We have to be prepared to take it with open arms.
So when you say that prepared, so how's the preparations going on for the tournament you're coming up to in, I think you said July?
Right. So the team decided, okay, cool, we'll take about 2 weeks off. We'll just relax a little bit, kind of gather our thoughts. Yes, it was a devastating tournament for us where we didn't qualify. But you know, that zeal now to push again for and prepare ourselves for another tournament. I think right now the entire CONCACAF region is looking at Trinidad and Tobago to be the next beach soccer team, you know, and it will be tremendous to have the support, and we're gonna do it. We have a lot of young players. We have a lot of people with the passion that want to qualify for a major tournament in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, you see athletics do it, you see football do it, you see swimming do it. Come on, why not beach soccer? And we have the right team, the right atmosphere, the right ability. I mean, this is it.
Well, you said it, why not? Why not? So, there it is.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, and a kind of closing one from me, I mean, Zane Coker, he went from 11-a-side football to beach soccer. So beach soccer is it, or are you going to take a step back, or what for you?
Definitely not. Okay. I'll definitely not take a step back. I think beach soccer is what it's all about. You know, the grass version of the game, I think my time for that has passed. I tried going back into it last year, playing with Central FC in the Pro League, but my zeal and the passion for the grass is not really there anymore. I think I could shift that passion and that zeal into beach soccer, and also get a lot of younger players involved into the sport, as well as young females, because in time to come, which will be pretty soon, Trinidad and Tobago will have a national beach soccer program, both young, grassroots, male, female, and probably the sport will be inducted into the Olympics. You never know. If this is possible, then we need to look at 10 years down the road. We need to look at progression. We need to look at some sort of program being in place for Trinidad and Tobago beach soccer. And I think this is we being the pioneers of the sport, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, no, it's a great thing. I mean, probably the TTFA need to then, I mean, we don't want to get into the logistics of it, but they probably need to take a step and say, well, they've done great, you know, and we need to do something about it, you know?
I mean, I stay away from the politics of football. I think I look at the importance of athletes, and where the TTFA is concerned, they have their job to do, but the athletes have their job to do as well. So when we do our job, they do their job, I think it will come together and we'll have a very serious clash. And from there, it's only up.
So where can athletes go, or even potential sponsors, where can people go who want to be involved in beach soccer?
In beach soccer in Trinidad right now, probably nowhere. If you ask me personally, there's not a beach soccer league in Trinidad. There's not a beach soccer. There's no beach soccer teams. It's just dormant and stagnant. However, I think with Trinidad and Tobago now knowing beach soccer, a lot of people didn't know what it was before. They saw it. It aired live on TV, on national television. I think that a beach soccer league is in the works. I think that would be a very good achievement for us, as well as seeing the national team, and we'll try to do different things. We'll probably, who knows, a maxi holds 12 players. We have 12 players. I think who knows, we might just end up on a beach somewhere down Toko or Mearo and get people involved, and you never know. We might go on Maracas Beach and decide we're just going to do something one day.
I mean, the interesting thing is, I don't know how many beaches Trinidad and Tobago has, but there could be one team per beach, and it would make it a lot easier for you guys when you're playing these tournaments, you know. So it's a good concept.
And I mean, it's definitely a great sporting spirit to get people involved. There's an opportunity, and it's going to grow. Definitely for the example that your team has been setting, people will want to follow.
But think about it. With no shoes, no equipment, you don't even need jerseys. You can make a play bibs. You go on a beach. A cooler stag. Come on. This is what it's about. The fun, the music, the vibe, the talent. This is it. We've gone all over. Switzerland have no beaches. They have one of the biggest leagues in the world. Wow. So what is Trinidad and Tobago? Come on. This is what it's about. We need to go out there and we need to perform. We need to play to win. We need the support. I mean, there are a lot of things that we need, but we are trying to give back as well. We're trying to give you all entertainment. We're trying to give you all the things that you think that you will need. Especially how the country is going right now, I think sport and beach soccer is one of the ways out.
Well, you've heard it directly from Zane Kuka, and we are at Smokey and Bunty. You are watching Scoreboard, and beach soccer is what you want to be looking out for. We are here with Yuri Chapman, the manager of the Trinidad and Tobago national beach soccer team. Yuri, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot for having me here.
And congratulations on your recent performance in Mexico.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of hard work.
It definitely was. It definitely was a lot of hard work. And I know that you had a lot of obstacles that you needed to overcome to take your team there.
Yes, definitely. A lot of obstacles, but the guys came together. We had a plan, we stuck to our plan, and we tried our best to make Trinidad and Tobago as proud as possible.
As the manager of the team, how did you balance supporting the team when you knew that there were so many things that needed to be dealt with that perhaps were out of your hands, maybe out of the athlete's hands, but yet wanting to make sure that you have an environment that is productive for training?
Yeah. Well, I believe for a manager, whatever problems that they're having should not expose the players to the issues of administration. The players only should be really responsible for their training and bettering themselves. So along with myself and the other guys, we decided that we're going to just take the fight without involving the players at all in the administration part of it. So basically what we just did was just take in front and deflect as much problems as we could and try and solve the problems ahead of time.
Right, and when you found out that you did have backing, you did get a sponsor, and you were able to go to this tournament in Mexico, how did that affect the management, and how did that affect the players?
Well, it was a load off. Stag came in and they actually made sure that we got to our destination, full 100. They came, they supported us across in Mexico. They broadcast us all through social media here. So a lot of the people in Trinidad, especially who follow Stag, they knew about Trinidad and Tobago football. A lot of people don't really know about the beach soccer side of Trinidad and Tobago football. And because of Stag, it was exposed to a different segment of people.
What do you believe the future holds for beach soccer in Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah. Well, this was the first time actually that beach soccer was covered in Trinidad and Tobago. Flow Sports had it all live games. So we were getting a lot of feedback from people in Trinidad and Tobago. We never had that exposure of beach soccer. We never had that exposure of beach soccer before in Trinidad and Tobago. So a lot of people are excited. Stag hopefully will still be on board with us moving forward. And we want to expose the sport to a lot of different people in Trinidad and Tobago, different age groups, and including women.
Well, it sounds amazing, because who wouldn't want to go lime on the beach, have some Stag, and play some football?
Lovely. I wouldn't mind doing it.
All right, do you have any messages for our viewers before we go?
Look out for Trinidad and Tobago beach soccer team. We have a lot of things coming in store. Look out for us, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, and just support us. We are here to represent Trinidad and Tobago 100%.
Thank you so much, Yuri.
Thank you very much.